Yeah, it's for Mississippi, so it's okay. Yeah, so the fishing was the draw for me.
Oh yeah. It wasn't as good. Yeah, don't you know? That's what you do.
Watching the building.
Some water flows for the flagpole, so I'm going to try it out.
I don't think a lot of this is.
You know what? The bridge fire house.
So that was part of the equation. 3 years ago.
So I think pretty much tied. So it's all pretty equal.
We started. Go back in.
How are you?
Hello.
All the way back to the house. Brad,
Either very like all or mixed. Okay. Was the producer tell or just what we're doing? Okay. Yeah, we used to, that's what we troll with. Okay. I got plenty of those. That's good news. Okay. So you're pushing it.
no, it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
But it's almost really. I got a bed. Bed right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What y'all? Hey, John. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what?
First one?
Yeah.
Walking out there, buddy.
Where?
East Bay.
You can check out that place here.
Where?
Are you talking about his?
Yeah, there's a. Yeah. Are you with me?
Yeah.
That does speak. I slept with this. Oh, yeah. Before that, they were it's a rezone. He said half of his doors both doors are being one. You want to sit back here?
I got to sit in the way. Charles.
Charles. Hey, Charles.
staying with me.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want They just stay here. Don't worry about it. I'll see you later.
I've got a well, so
Tonight?
feeling it from
So next time we don't quit.
what?
We got to go back on 12.
One week from the yeah, so the only real question is how people the first day, second day, they have the right. You go to flat this, come back to flat this.
Call this meeting to order, please, and I would ask everybody, please silence your phone during the meeting. Please rise when I have invitation and pledge allegiance. Lord, we are meeting today to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in a spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart roll call, please.
Board Member Langston. Here. Board Member Carnahan. Board Member Conti. Here. Board Member Overway.
Here.
Vice Chair Dougal.
Here.
Chairman Hagan.
Here.
And Board Member Hennings will not be here tonight.
Okay. Has everybody had a chance to read that minutes? Yes. I hear a motion to approve. I'll second. Hear a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. For the audience, each agenda item will be called. The board will get a chance to question Mr. Pryor or the individual present. And before we take a vote, we'll open it up for public opinion. You'll have 3 minutes to come up and state your concern. And please, if you don't mind, state your name and address, and we'll go from there. Order for the Grand Oaks subdivision. They're on Seneca Avenue from 7th to Higgins Drive.
Yes, sir. So as always, thank you for coming out and looking at these important issues we have before us tonight. So this is a new subdivision, cul-de-sac. Kind of show you where it is on the map here. Right here is where our Walmart is. Right down the road is these two parcels. Vacant property. This house has been demoed. They are ready to go. They're asking for their development orders so they can build 36 single-family houses. The plan includes a cul-de-sac. I'll get to the site plan and speak a little on it. As you remember, we did the rezoning and all and got the zoning in line for this project earlier this year. The developer, Mr. Steele, and Sean McNeil, his engineer, are here tonight. So if we do have any questions, I'm sure we'll get them answered. Just a general site plan is cul-de-sac through the middle, stormwater taken care of along the interior of the property. Kind of a simple design, not a very big project. So not a whole lot to it. meets all of the requirements for an OBR. One of the hot topics are open space. And I'll get to the open space sheet here in just a second. This thing glitching on me. It's open space at the end of the cul-de-sac, and it includes. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer.
I've got one. Will a fence be required around that holding pond?
No, because it won't meet the slope requirement for if a child were to fall in. The idea is that the slope has to be shallow enough to where if they were to fall in, they're also able to crawl out. If it's a steep angle, then yes, we require a fence.
And what type of equipment we looking at for open space?
As far as swing set, etc.
I'll be favored children, adults.
The actual apparatus is suggested but not required. But Mr. Steele,
I'm here.
did you have an idea on
I really haven't thought about that. I know we gotta have some equipment, but haven't got details on it.
Any other board members have any questions for Paul Watkins? Okay. Anyone in the audience like to make a comment? I don't see anyone, so I'll entertain a motion. Motion to.
Fields,
Yes.
Chairman Higgins,
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Move to the second item, small scale comprehensive plan amendment, 1023 Primrose Street.
As most of you are aware, a small scale comprehensive plan amendment, future land use map change also goes with a rezoning. So most people think of it as all one thing, but it is actually two different things because they're each done separately by ordinance. So it's going to sound like we're talking about the same thing twice. Kind of clear things up for the audience, really. But the small scale comprehensive plan is to designate a future land use for this property. I got it on the map here. It's the property owned by Crystal Creations LLC. This development, East Bay subdivision, was originally started back in the early 2000s. And then it went through the recession and nothing ever really happened. But there were large portions of the property that were annexed into the city, but they were never given a zoning designation or a future land use. They were undesignated. And that's where this property is now. It's undesignated. It has no designation. So the designation that Mr. Trail is requesting is commercial. We just have a plan to do some commercial use with it. And Mr. Trail is here tonight, and he has a small presentation that I'm hoping will answer all or most of our questions before we even get around to asking them. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I'd like to ask Mr. Trail to come on up and give his presentation, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Trail. I'm the owner of the proposed site for commercial rezoning located at 1023 Primrose Street, and also the owner of 11711 Poster Road, which my personal home are located directly across the street from this location. So my purpose today is kind of obtain a proper zoning classification to support my personal antique automobile storage structure in a secure boat storage area, approximately 35 boats. Will provide a unique community service and amenity to the East Bay waterfront residents. I got a couple of handouts. I know I gave Mr. Fry one of them to kind of include with the package. I'm not going to go through, I'll cover all the events in it, but there's a few points I do need to highlight in here. And hopefully, when you get done here, that it does answer a lot of questions. As previously mentioned, that this site has always been designated as boat storage in the original development plan in the early 2000s. All tax records and property deeds, this parcel indicate this is a plain boat storage lot. Dade County's legal description of this parcel specifically states boat storage. My use is the antique automobile building will be a metal construction of approximately 3,600 square feet with exterior doors facing towards the interior of the lot. Boat storage will consist of approximately 30 spaces located on the south side of the property. The ground covering will be gravel. There will have a decorative privacy fence to keep the air secure. Landscaping, motion detection lights, and security cameras will also be installed. The projected use of this parcel are consistent with a comprehensive land use plan designated for the subject site. But now I want to turn the focus on some of the impact to the community. The whole community out there contains approximately 175 homes that can benefit from a boat storage area located close to Highway 2297 and at the entrance point of the community. After all, we do live in Florida, water activities is a driving factor for families to move here. These activities typically require some sort of watercraft. The majority home sites do not have space. Publics don't allow open parking parks. There's an obvious need for boat storage in the community, because as seen when you enter and drive around the neighborhood, boats and trailers are parked in driveways, vacant lots, in yards that block the view of street corners and vehicular traffic. Long-term boat storage activities are very mandating and require no active storefront. There will be no noticeable traffic increase, no retail customers, no delivery vehicles, or any other escalated activity in the area. Tasks performed in the antique automobile storage building are nothing more than routine projects that all homeowners perform in their attached home garages. The entry for the site is 375 feet from the entrance of the community and only passes 6 of the 175 homes. This parcel is 1 block over from Post Road and can only be seen when directly crossing the intersection of Laughlin and Post Road. My house is on the corner of this intersection is the only home that has direct front view of this fenced boat storage area proposed. Boat storage has always been part of development since the early 2000s, and all residents have been aware of this even before home purchase. Signs are located at the neighborhood entrance that clearly indicate future boat storage, and all the owners pass by the sign daily. What I understand, I'm being informed, there are some neighbor concerns, zoning been in the area. Out of the 175 homes in the community that would have a reasonable interest in boat storage.
Any questions for the board before opening up the public?
Okay.
And the board, no discussion?
I do have one discussion.
Okay.
I know going into it, I rode out there, and part of the road is a brick road.
Mhm.
And I think Callaway is supposed to maintain the brick road with the traffic of the trailers and boats. You know what I'm saying? I'd be kind of concerned with that part.
Anyone else on the board before I open up the public? Okay, I'll open up the public, please. Up, 3 minutes. Yes, sir. Your hand first.
I'll start it off. There's some others that are concerned about it as well. Just a few points. I'm Matt Bullard. I live on 11533 Motion Road. We've been living there about 24 years. We love it. It's why restaurants, laundromats, the list goes on and on. So we're very opposed to it. I appreciate you to take that into consideration.
Thank you. Anyone else in the audience? You're good.
I'm Lloyd Hildreth. I live at 11923 Poston Road, which is right at the corner of 2297 and Poston. Back when this development was designed, it was a great design. We actually lived in the model home office for that development. It was built for that development. all the plans for the development, all the brochures and all were in our house when we bought it. Then, when the place went bankrupt, they left everything there. We had to clean it all out. That plan showed 2 new entrances to the development further down 2297 to take care of all these homes that were going to be built in there. They were never built. It showed marinas. It showed a small retail area right there where my house is. They were never built. The place went dead. And I think the boat storage part should have gone with it, dead with it. It was designed for a free place. He probably showed me the plans a while back to fix it all, but it's been like this for 3 years. And the plan hadn't even gone out for a bid yet. So I don't think if the city can't take care of the infrastructure on Poston Road with residential, adding commercial to it is not going to be a good idea.
Thank
Brian Lateral, 11409 Goddard Street. If I understand from my reading that the use of that originally when it was set up by the developer as boat storage, if it was used solely for the development, that would be residential. It'd still be zoned residential. One of the issues that we have is that if we bring in commercial or rezone it as commercial, that it'll open the door for other commercial. And the reason we moved out here from Utah was we wanted peace, we wanted quiet. We didn't want a bunch of people running through the neighborhood that didn't belong there. We like the safety of it, we like the peace, and we would like to keep it that way.
you.
Hi, I'm Julia Ritchie. I live on 12 Portrait Street,
413 Fowler Street. I have a question and then I have a comment. Has anybody come into our neighborhood to look to see what we're talking about here? You have? Okay. So you know where that red line goes up and down? That's our entrance sign to our community. And so when you drive down there, you're gonna see a metal building on the left-hand side if it's to go through. I'm against it, and our community is still being developed. I think it should stay single family.
Thank you. Those two, stand up, lady. Yes.
Environmental safety and pollution, that type of thing, a commercial garage, as well as the boat storage. If somebody fixes the motor, drains that water, black water from the boat, how's that going to affect the value of our house, the appearance, the steel? Also the noise. People are going to be working on their boats. You know, I talked to Mr. Fly, they won't be doing complete maintenance, but they'll be getting there early in the morning, taking their boats out. There's people who live very close there. And, you know, people want to get their boats out early in the morning. There may be noise and stuff like that. And people come to this community for peace, quiet, tranquility. The other concern I have is if we're going to build a commercial garage, is it going to have the applicable fire protection, such as sprinklers? As a firefighter, I have been to numerous garage fires. And I'm going to tell you, if that thing starts rocking with antifreeze, gasoline, and those kind of things, that's a serious danger to our community. It spreads to trees near our houses.
My name is Janet Allen, and I live at 1214 Primrose Lane. I agree with most everything that's been said, but I'd also like to add that when we all moved in here, we were all aware of the HOA that's involved in our community, and we all live under the rules of that HOA. And I don't know how it works in your commercial, but I don't think you'd have to live with our HOA rules. And that's a concern to me, because the HOA is what keeps the community in good shape and nice. So thank you.
Thank you.
Christine Bear into our area. It concerns me. Those pulling in there, I've been afraid kids are gonna get hit there there's not a bus stop there. They're just standing on the side of the road. And you got boats coming in and out of there. That really concerns me, especially if they're coming in early. The road doesn't even have a center line down it, and people coming in way too fast anyway. And, you know, most people, when they turn in, they're in the middle of the road. So we're always concerned about that, plus we're concerned that vehicles, as other gentlemen stated, vehicles cannot get in and out of our subdivision.
Board Member Langston?
No.
Board Member Overway?
No.
Vice Chair Dougal?
No.
Chairman Hagan?
No.
Everyone was, only one yes.
Okay.
Motion carried.
Motion is no.
So the motion is to recommend denial.
Denial of commissioners. And I would like to brief the audience, please, attend the next commission meeting. Commissioner Callaway will decide whether or not this will go forward or not.
Lighting, parking, impervious surface, you name it, the development will cover it. So, just kind of wanted to mention that, but.
Okay. Board members, discussion?
So Bill, the rezoning application is from undesignated, correct?
Right.
To what, commercial?
Community commercial.
Which is the lowest on the scale.
You know, it could be a lot of things. So, anyway, the main thing, not to be redundant, these are all single-family dwellings, all of them. They're homes. No one moved in there for a profit motive. They moved in there to live. And they don't need a big old metal building and a lot of boats and an entrance you can't even get in and out of. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay.
William Troop, 11723 Poston Road. Thank you again for the opportunity to comment. Again, my concerns, as I mentioned earlier, what will be the difference? You're going to have a commercial structure with hazardous chemicals, flammable chemicals. What's the disposal run? We have a very high water table. What's the propensity for these, these liquids? What's the containment plan? There's a pond back there. Again, we don't want these chemicals imperving into our water system, our water table. Again, public safety concern of a lot of flammable and hazardous materials in a commercial structure near our homes. And again, if you've ever seen a garage fire, this can be very entertaining and very hazardous to the people who live around there. And again, the other concerns of property value, appearance, traffic. We're having a very difficult time just with the commercial traffic going into our development. Adding boats with trailers in a very tight entrance. The roads, the infrastructure roads are starting to fall apart. The brick structure, Callaway's doing the best they can to patch it. Again, what's going to be the impact?
So you're pulling the neighborhood, that who knows what they're going to happen, what's going to happen in that road. That timber corridor will come through, you're going to have a gas station, something there, a marijuana dispensary, something like that. But we really don't know the future. But my intended purpose, I've lived in the neighborhood. I've always had, antiques and stuff like that, and I need a place to store them. Right now, it's not designated as anything. So I need a designation to put a storage structure on it. That's my biggest intent. And, all the documentation say about storage stuff here, well, it's a pretty good chance. That's something I can do down the road. That's not the immediate thing I'm trying to do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else?
Julia Ritchie, 1204 Fifth Street. My question is, again, because I'm new to all this and, just learning the area, but because of that red line and we are the HOA, beyond that, would that cause, and I don't know the question you guys can answer or not, but we obviously pay quarterly for our HOA and it's, I believe, $141 a month or so? Or every quarter, yes. Are they there to do something else, or does that also affect our costs with having more people come in? And I know we want to keep our, I do want to keep our HOA costs down, especially when we're not seeing a result. So if that would impact that or anything like that, I think that would be something more to explore as well. And also kind of like for us financially, we're also paying this and now it's like, now what?
Anyone else in the audience? Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. Do you live on Mills or do you live on Post?
Ma'am, address the board, please.
Okay, he's saying he's living on Poston, but I don't know, I thought he lived on Mills with a thing in his yard, a storage shed.
I mean, I have an answer. I mean, that's research, you say it's on the market, we got a contract pending.
Okay,
So I planned ahead and moved, bought the house.
right, that's what we did. So my concern is not necessarily like what he does with it, I mean, it's like.
Anyone else? I see none. Any motion from the board?
I'll make a motion, we change the zoning at 1023 Primrose Street, undesignated to community commercial.
I'll second.
Okay, take roll call, please.
Board Member Conahan,
He's seconded.
yeah, I was doing roll call. Board Member Carnahan.
Do you approve or disapprove?
Yes. Well, I called for Board Member Carnahan, not
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
That's me.
You're on. I'm getting old.
You're on Carnahan.
Hard of hearing.